Hello and welcome everyone. This is a video that will show you how to draw the different Platonic solids. In the previous video of mine you might have seen the different Platonic solids: tetrahedra, octahedra, hexahedra, icosahedra and dodecahedra. Drawing tetrahedra, octahedra and cube is very easy, but drawing icosahedra and dodecahedra there is little difficulty for the students. Some of them can draw it easily, but most of the students find difficulty in drawing the icosahedra and dodecahedra. Before getting into icosahedra and dodecahedra, let's begin with the simplest of the Platonic solids: tetrahedra, octahedra and hexahedra. Though these are simple, I will represent in the most standard way. I will also show different orientations of them, how to draw the edges, the edge that is towards you or the edge that is away from you. All this information you will be getting from this session. Now this is a tetrahedra. First of all, I am drawing 4 corners. In this you have to imagine that this is one triangle. That triangle corner is facing towards you. It is a 2-dimensional board, so it is little difficulty for the beginner to understand, but I just request you to imagine that if this is a triangle, it is just facing towards you with a corner. So this is how it is facing. In the below orientation, this is a triangle where the corner is facing away from you, right? It is a corner facing away from you. I will just try to show the representation. Now in the first case, this is how you have to imagine. This is a triangle where corner is towards you. In the second orientation, this is how it is, where the corner is away from you, triangle is towards you. First, second. So these are 2 different views of a tetrahedra. I am just trying to represent them. Since the below corner is towards you, I have drawn thick line. Now this edge is away from you, therefore it has to be drawn as a broken line. Wherever I put a broken line, that will indicate that it is an edge or a line which is away from you or away from the viewer. In the below case, this is towards you and this corner is away from you. Two different views of tetrahedra. Coming to octahedra, you might be finding it easy for tetrahedra, octahedra, but the standard way to draw them I am showing you. In the first orientation, this is corner towards you, corner towards you. One square plane, above is one vertex, below is one vertex. Later on join this square plane. Now this is a line or an edge away from you, make it as a broken line. This is another line away from you, make it as a broken line. Also draw this as a broken line since it is away from you. This is one orientation of an octahedra. For that same octahedra, if you are just looking at it from a side, this will be the side view. This is away, this is towards you, away. Now this is the square plane. Away, therefore broken line, towards you, towards you, towards you. This is away, but anyway I have not drawn it as a broken line since it is a side view. This is away and it has to be drawn as a broken line. These are two different orientations of octahedra. This is the first orientation and this is the second orientation. In the second orientation you can say this square, right? This one. Next is a cube, easiest one. Let's start with two squares. These are the four corners of one square. Four corners of another square. Then join these corners to give you one square. This is another square away from you. Once we have drawn two squares that are eclipsed to one another, this is like a side view, then join them. Altogether there are 6 square faces and hence it is called as a hexahedra. The other name is a cube. All the three representations or the three platonic solids are very simple. Now let us go towards icosahedra and dodecahedra. The convention that I follow will be very easy when you can understand the hidden concept in it. You can just follow the same convention for any model or for any solid that has staggered units. You will understand what I mean. Let me begin with icosahedra. First start with a corner so that it is looking like a pentagon. So let me begin with a pentagon. Draw 5 corners in such a way that it is giving a pentagon. In this pentagon, this corner is like away from you. This is an edge which is towards you. Exactly below this you try to put another pentagon, but that pentagon must be staggered. So if this is imagined to be one pentagon, below I am putting one more pentagon. First try to join them. There are different ways to draw an icosahedra, but this is one of the easiest ways where you can understand each and every bit. You may go through many videos how to draw an icosahedra, but this is one convention, you will not find it anywhere else. Okay, 2 pentagons are completed and these 2 pentagons are staggered to one another. Below pentagon, if you can imagine this way, corner is towards you, and in this case edge is towards you, corner is away from you. We have drawn 5 vertices, they are just staggered to one another, 2 pentagons. Later on, above we will put one more vertex, below we will put one more vertex. That will complete all the 12 corners. Above is one vertex, below is another vertex. This vertex try to join with the above pentagon, below vertex to the below pentagon, above vertex to the above pentagon, below vertex to the below pentagon. In a similar way, right? We have constructed the below unit, we have constructed the above unit. Now the thing that you have to do is to join the 2 pentagons. How to join the 2 pentagons? The convention that I am telling you is join the top corner with the bottom corner, and later on bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top. Starting from your side, slowly we will move away. So how to begin it, I will just show you. Now if I start from here, top to bottom, one corner is completed. Later on bottom to top towards you, top to bottom towards you, bottom to top towards you, again top to bottom, bottom to top, and this will continue. You can just watch it carefully. This is away, therefore I have just drawn it as a broken line. And that will construct an icosahedra. So if you can count them, there will be 5 triangular faces above, 5 triangular faces below, and 10 triangular faces in between. That will give you altogether 20 triangular faces, and therefore the name says icosahedron means 20. 20 faces is icosahedra. The convention that I am repeating again, once you put 2 pentagons that are staggered to one another, join the below pentagon with a vertex, join the above pentagon with another vertex, then join the 2 pentagons from top to bottom in an alternating manner. Top corner to bottom, bottom corner to top. Slowly you have to come from towards you, slowly moving away from you, or you can start away, you can come towards. But the convention is this. And there we stop. The last one is a dodecahedra. This is a pentagonal dodecahedra. We also have a triangulated dodecahedra, which I am not going to discuss, that is a deltahedra, but this is not a deltahedra. For this dodecahedra, we will just begin with a pentagon. Now just let me show you the model for icosahedra. This is the model for icosahedra, right? For your convention, what I have done is, I have taken 2 pentagons. So the 2 pentagons that I have drawn in white, they are like in red. If this is one pentagon in red, exactly away will be another pentagon in red, but they are staggered to one another. These 2 pentagons are staggered to one another. Later on, the above pentagon was joined to the above corner. Below red pentagon is joined to the below corner with 5 edges. Later on, what I have done is, if I start it from here, from top to bottom, bottom to top, top to bottom, bottom to top. So this is what I have drawn. Okay, this is for icosahedra. Then finally, let's move on to dodecahedra. For this dodecahedra, first of all I have taken a pentagon. Now join that pentagon. If this is like a side view, this should be like a top view. I have drawn one pentagon, put another pentagon away from it. I am just trying to put another pentagon which is away from it. So there are 2 pentagons that are staggered to one another. If one is towards you, one is completely away from you. In between there should be 2 lines of 5 pentagonal faces. So to draw them, first of all you just draw a line, draw a line, draw a line, and then just draw a line. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. Just for convenience, let me put it in this way. Okay, that will be more convenient. Now for this, let me put a corner. Let me put a corner, corner, corner and a corner. You just join this to that corner. This is second line of atoms. The first line of atoms will be a pentagon. The second line will be 5 pentagons. The third line will be 5 pentagons, now which I am representing. So the dotted line that I draw, that is giving you another one. Now the dotted line is to be taken as the other one. Okay. Put one pentagon towards you, put another pentagon away from you, then just draw some lines which has to be joined to the 5 more vertices. So if you can count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, later on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and lastly these are also vertices. So these are the vertices like away from you. Imagination is highly required for this. You have to just imagine it like a ball. In this ball, first pentagon, in the second line there are 5 pentagons, third line there are 5 pentagons, in the fourth line there is only 1 pentagon. I'll just try to show you. Now suppose if this is the dodecahedral model. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 1 pentagon towards you. Away is another pentagon. This is away, right? But it is edge above. In this case, there is a corner above. In between, we have altogether 2 lines of pentagons. So this is 1 line, as you can see, a side view. This is 1 line of a pentagon, second line of a pentagon, last one. Altogether there are 4 lines or 4 planes. First plane there is 1, second plane there are 5, third plane there are 5, fourth plane there is 1. This is the view. 1, 2 line, third one, and a fourth one. So that is how we have to represent a dodecahedra. Without imagination, it may look little bit difficult, but once you start imagining, that looks very, very easy. So this is how we have to draw different Platonic solids. In the coming videos, I'll take each of this Platonic solid, one of their conjugates, tetrahedra, and again in the next set I'll take octahedra, in the third set I'll take icosahedra. For each of these Platonic solids, I'll explain the symmetry elements in detail. Hope you like this video. Thank you.